weekend. For more on all this, let's welcome in the chairman of the RNC Youth Advisory Council and author of the new book, One Generation Away, Brilyn Hollyhand. We're also rejoined by Newsmax host Allison Maloney. Great to have you with us this morning. Brilyn, I want to talk about Gen Z and millennial voters. So a PBS Marist poll came out a few days ago. 44% of your generation and millennials said that they would watch the debate and that they would use the debate to help them figure out who they wanted to vote for last night. Now, I know that you're from Alabama, so maybe your friends tend to be more in the Trump camp, but what was your reaction to watching this play out last night?
Absolutely. Well, I think President Trump delivered a clear and delivered a wonderful disciplined strategy to how he's going to fix a broken nation. He started the debate by saying, listen, I handed the Biden administration the best nation in decades. I handed them a great economy, a strong southern border that was secure, a nation that was at peace internationally, and they messed it up. And here is what this administration is accountable for. And he called Kamala Harris out on that. So I think that was great. This is the seventh debate. Now, Kamala Harris, on the other hand, really her only expectation, the only requirement for winning last night was staying awake, unlike her predecessor. And she really barely did that. She wasn't able to be held accountable for the radical policies that she had. She was pushed on it and nobody could do anything. I think the strongest moment of the debate last night was very simple. It was Trump's closing statement when he said, why hasn't she done it? That's the question all of my peers have. You mentioned I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. College football is kind of my culture. Donald Trump kept Kamala Harris on defense the whole time. And when he was on offense, that's a winning Trump message.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Allison, I know your daughter is in college now, and she had a watch party last night. So we're seeing this young generation of 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds get together, and they're really interested in this debate. They're really interested in what these candidates have to say. What's the feedback from the watch party?
So you've got to preface by saying where just not the school, but maybe the town where this watch party is
They're in
happening.
D.C. So this is so big. Over the weekend, she was talking to me, and she says, we're having a watch party. Now, not just her dorm, but all of the friends in different dorms, you know, the fraternities, sororities, they were all gathering to watch us. Obviously, the school, very heavy in politics, but she's still sleeping. I texted her, but last night she did text me. They were watching, and she said, good luck, have fun tomorrow morning. Now, obviously, they're in D.C., so I know that Kamala Harris has a lot of fans. My daughter likes to stay in the middle. But look, kids are watching this, whether they're for Trump in Alabama or they're for Harris in D.C., and this is a big deal. And, you know, everyone says the young voters, they don't turn out and vote. Well, each year, each election cycle, more young voters have turned out, and I expect to see even higher numbers this year.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of confusion. When people say young voters, they're thinking first-time voters, people that are 18 years old and voting for the first time. Young voters really are first-time voters, so 18 years old, all the way to age 30.
Correct.
That is a huge swath and a growing swath. We're talking about kids, baby boomers kids, and kids that are younger, all right? So not millennials, not like us, all right? Take a listen to the way the media, I just want to get your reaction because there is, you know, there are people out there that will only watch some of the other networks. And this is what they heard last night post-debate.
Donald Trump got destroyed in this debate because he can't control his mind. And you don't want a president of the United States that is not in full control of his mind.
It was by far the best debate performance against Donald Trump ever by anyone, I think.
Look, you know, just
including
quick parentheses, it may very well be the best televised debate performance ever.
You were quite animated when I saw you in the hallway earlier about that debate. I'm gonna see what you're gonna tell me. You think of the debate that you told me in the hallway. What was your take on the debate, Michael? Still go ahead. What was the key moment?
She spanked that ass. I'm sorry. That's what she did.
Didn't need that.
That's really inappropriate.
Wow, didn't need that.
That's a great point.
We will not be saying that here on
Carl,
Newsmax.
I'm just wondering, when you watched the debate last night, do your friends, right, your contemporaries, do they see the moderators ganging up with Kamala on Donald Trump? Because to me, not for 90 minutes, but there was a lot of that debate where it was 3-on-1. To me, just my take.
Absolutely. No, I'm taking a high school AP Gov class, and I had several friends blowing my phone up last night saying this is clearly 3v1. These are not political commentators sitting in a New York studio. These are guys back home, you know, watching this on the high school and senior year. I think it was very clear, you know, what was going on here. The moderator spent 90 minutes bringing up old topics. They actually spent more time in this debate talking about January 6th than they did talking about the price of eggs at the grocery store or the high gas prices that are affecting not only my generation, but generations ahead of us. And it's really, really frustrating. Listen, Rob, we're 55 days out starting today from Election Day. And my message to my generation is very clear and simple. We saw it last night on the world stage. We have a choice. a choice between a candidate of chaos, Kamala Harris, who will continue the chaos that we've seen by this administration, actually make it more radical, or a candidate of stability, a candidate who got back on that stage last night and said, listen, we had world peace when I was there. We had peace through strength. We have a strong southern border. Law and order wasn't just the title of a TV show, and my generation could actually go on road trips and enjoy life by filling up their gas pump. That's something that Donald Trump can bring back, and I think Gen Z is going to make the right choice there, regardless of who makes the endorsements, regardless of what social media influencers or rap stars come out. Gen Z is smarter than Kamala Harris is, and they can't bribe our votes.
Allison, only about 20 seconds, but also last night after this debate, Taylor Swift went on her Instagram account. She has 283 million followers, and she endorsed Kamala Harris. Does this matter?
I don't think it does. Just so Brilyn says, look, this generation, they pay attention. They were watching the debate last night. If they're going to vote because Taylor Swift thinks the candidate's great, they shouldn't be voting.
Average age of Taylor Swift concert goer?
18 to 34, I think.
14 years old. Average age of Taylor Swift concert goer.
Oh, concert goer.
Concert goer. So
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of those 10 billion people are following her.
283 million.
I think probably half don't vote because they can't vote.
I will say, as a first-time voter, Taylor Swift famously does not have the best choice of men, so I don't know if we're necessarily going to be picking her based upon who
And
she's
she did
picking.
endorse the candidate who lost
Good
against
point.
Marsha Blackburn in Tennessee, too.
Correct.
So that endorsement didn't really count.
We asked Marsha about that.
Yeah, I remember that.
We'll ask
She
her.
said
she's going to be
shook it
joining
off.
us. Yeah. But I didn't pick it up. It was funny. That was like a lyric from the song. I was like, great point. Charlotte was like, no, it's a lyric from the song. And I was like, we'll be right back. All right, thank you guys so much for being with us. By the way, Marsha Blackburn, the senator from Tennessee, joining us in just a few minutes. Allison Maloney, Brilyn Hollyhand, thank you so much. Good luck with the book, by the way.
Thank you. Have a great week.
All right, you too. Lots more to go this morning. Back to 9/11. So 23